What's good? What's good, family? Hopefully, everybody is having an amazing, blessed day. My YouTube, my Facebook family. I'm going live on Instagram right now, too. So I'm all over the place. Hopefully, everybody had an amazing, blessed day. Really, this one is going to be just an entrepreneurship talk. I want to talk about money, right? The making money lie, money myths, exposing the truth. So without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, so if you're watching this, and what's up, Instagram? I'm live on YouTube, Facebook. I'm all over the place. Hopefully, everybody is doing great today, y'all. Let's talk about it. So, I want to talk about some money myths. What's going on, y'all? So let's get right into it. I don't want to waste anybody's time. So I'm a visual learner, right? So one pen, right? One pen equals $1 million. I want y'all to follow me, right? Let's talk about money, right? One pen equals $1 million. 10 pens, check this visual. 10 pens would be what? $10 million, right? 100 pens would be $100 million. Y'all stay with me. I'm going somewhere. 1,000 pens would be $1 billion. Okay, y'all with me? Now, think about this. Jeff Bezos, his net worth is that 1,000 pencils or pens times 177, if I have that correct, right? So think about that. If he had 1,000 of these pencils, right, times 177 would be his net worth. Now, why do I say that, right? Because back in 2010, I'm thinking like I'm working a job, right? And there's nothing wrong with working a job, nothing at all wrong with working the job. Um, Feeling like I'm underpaid, right? I don't feel like I get paid enough. I'm teaching, I'm working in fast food. I got credit cards, debt piled up, right? Credit card debt is crazy. Living expenses seem super high. I'm thinking like, how can an individual like that amass so much wealth? And then I'm stuck working my job, right? So I don't get it. I'm feeling discouraged. I'm feeling like building wealth at the time back in 2010, man, it ain't even possible, right? I'm feeling like it's a distant dream. It's not real. I probably can't obtain it. And I'm looking down here in my notes so I won't ramble. Seeing all these millionaires and billionaires through social media, I'm thinking like, man, is it real, right? And especially, let me talk about this because I like to be transparent, especially the people that got there young, right? So I'm talking like the millionaires and billionaires that are super young, like the Mark Zuckerbergs, and I think the gentleman's name is Bobby Murphy, one of the founders of Snapchat. And I'm thinking like, I'm asking myself, am I smart enough to do it? What's stopping me? What's stopping me from getting to that point, right? And this live is only for people looking to obtain more financially. If that's not you, you know, this probably ain't the live for you. I just want to tell you a little bit about money. Am I smart enough to do it? Did those people have to be born to the right family? Did they inherit the wealth? I'm thinking all these things to myself, right? Also, I'm thinking, you know, I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all because I'm a black male. Is the game rigged, right? Is it a rigged game? And I'm just getting the short end of the stick, right? This is how the game goes. Travis, is absolutely nothing you can do about it. You gotta take it. Those guys are gonna make that money, but you can't do that, right? But then, a little in the latter part of 2010, I had a mindset shift, right? A mindset shift. What did I do to have that mindset shift? I started reading a lot of books. I ain't gonna lie, I tried to go through at least an audio book. If you guys have the app, I think it's called Audible. If you guys have the app Audible, I highly advise that you guys take advantage of that app. That subscription is worth its weight in gold. I started reading as much as I can, and I slowly came into the realization of maybe it is possible, right? Maybe I can obtain my goals of building generational wealth, for leaving something for my kids, right? And once I opened up to that possibility, I understood that the road would be tough, right? So even if that road was tough, if it was going to be ups and downs, it was no guarantee that I would make it. I still wanted to go down that because I knew if I made it to the end of this road, excuse me, I would receive generational wealth for my kids. I would be able to serve and help others. I would be able to bless people long after my existence on this earth was over, right? So from there, and I would ask you guys too, if you knew it was possible for you to amass the wealth that you want or make whatever type of money that you want to make, but you knew the road, it wasn't a guarantee. Would you still choose to go down that road, right? Because where we come from in the country, I'm from the Carolinas, it's like we like to say, you know, do you have that dog in you or not, right? Do you have that dog? Definitely Savage is Rich Dad Poor Dad, The Psychology of Money, The Millionaire Next Door. It's so many. Just DM me and I'll send you a list of the books that I got started with, and I'll be happy to share that with you. All right. So the first question is, will you take this road? Right? Then when you're real with yourself, you're going to say either yes, I'll take this road, or no, I won't. In 2010, I said, yes, I'm willing to take this road. Either I'm going to make it or I'm going to die on this road. That's how serious I was. I was fed up with my situation and I wanted to use my pain to push me to greatness, right? All right. So the first step, right, is I had to think, what do I really think about money? What do I think about money? Do I think it's the root of evil, or is the love of money, right, the root of evil? Because mindset, and I know people probably don't want to hear this, but that's going to be one of the key pieces, right? How you think about money. Do you think it's the root of evil? Do you think money is something that you have to work for? Have you been chasing it your whole life? Are you desperate to have more of it? These are all questions that I ask myself. And if you're in a situation you're looking to make more money, I would ask you to ask yourself the same thing. One thing I also learned through the books and through becoming self-aware, that's another key trait, is that most of your money, the way that you think about money, was shaped by how you came up, right? Your upbringing, right? So whether you had a lot of money, or let's just say, for example, you was poor, y'all always didn't really have enough coming up, more times than not, and this is not 100% of the time, you think whenever you grow up, you're going to say, hey, you know, I'm probably not going to have that much money. You just accept it. And in our community, we say, hey, that's just the way things are. That's just the cards I was dealt. And we never really strive to get any more past that, right? And let's talk about the other end of the spectrum. If you came up in a low income environment, you was barely making it, it also can push you to say, hey, I'm going to do everything possible. That any energy I got in my body, I'm going to make sure I don't grow up and live to be in this situation, right? Now, we also know that grade schools, if you, I know Savage was asking about a book. If you guys hadn't read Rich Dad Poor Dad yet, in grade schools, at least when I was there, they didn't teach me anything about money. So that does not help whatsoever when it comes to making money, right? It doesn't help release or reverse our false beliefs about money. So the first thing I had to do was change the way that I viewed money. In TV shows, movies, Hollywood, at least when I was coming up, I'm kind of showing my age, they would always project or show the rich person as the backstabber, they corrupt, this, that, and the other. So that could give you a negative association with getting money, right? Yeah, it's a great book. But what I've learned over the years, according to a study by, let me see, the company was called Make It, 68% of people that have a net worth of 30 million or more, they were first generation millionaires, right? Or people like to say self-made millionaires. But of course, you guys know I'm unapologetically a believer, so I don't like to really say self-made. You know, I think God always has his hand in everything. So quote unquote self-made millionaires who have a net worth, of 30 million or more. They did it on their own, right? They did it on their own. So I'm thinking like, okay, they weren't born into wealth. These people, like I have down here, Warren Buffett. You guys know he's one of the greatest investors of our time. Howard Schultz, I think he's the CEO of Starbucks or founder of Starbucks. We all know Big O, Oprah, Elon Musk, all self-made billionaires, right? So the next thing I did, and let me show love to my people on YouTube. Here I got a comment. Yeah, I appreciate you, Mr. Orlando. Yes, sir. So the next thing I asked myself is, what do these people know that I don't? I'm gonna say that again, right? What do these people know that I don't know? Right? Because I was taught, and y'all drop a one in the comment. Y'all let me know in the comments if you guys were taught this. I was taught that money equals salary from a job. I'm gonna say that again. Money equals salary from a job. So I was preparing my whole life. Again, this goes back to Rich Dad Poor Dad. Y'all pick up a copy from Robert Kiyosaki. I think it's on Amazon for less than $10. So y'all make sure to check that out. And let me remove this comment here. I was taught man, you got to go to school. You got to get good grades. You got to go to college so that you can get a good job. You're going to work there for a gazillion years till you die. And then boom, that's the end. Like, that's the goal. That's all you need to do, right? So I started asking myself, like, well, what was wrong with this? Because obviously I wasn't happy. You know, I wasn't happy with it. And what was wrong with this equation? Why is it only a small percent of people that make it, but everybody believes in this philosophy? I'm gonna say that again. Why is it only a small percent of people that amass that 30 million or more net worth, and everybody believes in this? You know, go to college, get good grades, stay at that job, work, get you a retirement. What's good with you, man, Max? So I'm gonna say on Instagram and YouTube, I'm assuming like if you guys are following me, either you just want to learn how to build your Amazon business to create financial freedom, or you're just interested in making more money, right? So I say all that to say this. We all, and if you guys heard me talk before, we all have an extremely important resource, right? What is that important resource? Source, you guys hear me refer to it as your greatest asset, which is your time, right? The only reason, at least for me, and you guys tell me if you're wrong, I love the interaction. If I'm wrong or you disagree, the only reason I need money is to buy my time back, right? I only want that freedom to do what I want, to provide for my family, to bless, to serve others. Other than that, money really has no value, right? I'm just using it as a tool. It's a byproduct of what I'm about to talk about in a few. All right. So in most jobs, and again, I don't have anything against a job. If you're happy in your job, salute to you, because happiness is the ultimate goal. But I wasn't happy in my job. And the thing that I learned about building this wealth is, in a job, you have to exchange your most valuable asset for money, right? I'm gonna say that again. I have to give these people my most valuable asset. So I see people on my social media timeline, and I don't like to, I don't comment, but people will say, hey, I got these overtime hours. I'm super happy that I got overtime, right? And back in 2010, I would be happy too, because I'll be thinking, man, oh yeah, my paycheck is gonna be huge, right? I got this overtime, not knowing the owners of the company is really getting over on me. They happy that I'm working the overtime. Why? Because they're leveraging my most valuable asset for something that they're printing out every day. Hopefully, if you guys follow me, drop a one in the chat, right? They're actually getting over on us by us wasting our lives, right? And this is only for the people that's looking for escape from their jobs. Again, if you're happy with your job, salute to you. You're happy. But these are for the people like that's frustrated, like I was back in 2010, that knew it had to be a better way, right? So I did some math. I used to be a math teacher, so I did some math. So at a rate of $20 per hour, right? Working 40 hours a week, it would take you a little under 24 years to make $1 million. I'm gonna say that again. So at a rate of $20 per hour, working 40 hours per week, it'll take you a little under 24 years to get $1 million. Now, let me say this too, because that's $1 million assuming you wouldn't charge any taxes. You have little to no living expenses, and you're disregarding inflation, right? So we know inflation has an average annual rate of 4%. So disregarding all of that, we hoping the puzzle lines up, which is not realistic. It'll take you a little under 24 years. All right. So what's the answer? So Travis, you've been rambling. What's the answer, bro? What's the answer? The answer is to stop chasing money. Like, man, you crazy. I'm gonna drink a swig of water on that. What did you just say, Travis? So to make more money, I need to stop chasing money? That does not make sense. That's exactly what I said. To make more money, stop chasing money. Okay. In a capitalistic society, you are paid in proportion to your perceived value in the marketplace. Oh, I'm going to say that again. Because somebody missed that. In a capitalistic society, you are paid in proportion to your perceived value in the marketplace. So who are the people that perceive your value? They are the consumers, right? Those are the people spending their dollars, right? Your neighbors, your friends, whoever, everybody around you, they consuming, they always buying something, right? So another example, I like sports, but from time to time in different circles I may go in, people will say, they will complain about, well, why in the world do sports or professional sports players get paid so much? Why do they get paid so much, right? It doesn't make sense. They get paid, these people signing $300 million contracts and this, that, and the other. The reason why they get paid that much is because the market perceives their value to be so great, right? They have a market. If you look at the Super Bowl, it's always packed. You look at the viewership, so the views on the Super Bowl, it's always crazy. The market is telling them that it's valuable. So wherever value is, money always follows. I'm going to say that again. Wherever the value is, holding that attention, if they deem it as valuable, the money is going to have to follow. So the LeBrons of the world, who else? The KDs. If you're a top player in that sport, you're going to get paid very favorably in that sport because the market is telling you, guys, if it was up to me, I'll say, hey, everybody should get paid fairly, but the people decide where they're going to spend their dollars. Okay. So, what's my next step? The money game is also not about how hard you work. So I ain't gonna lie, like in the past, I would pride myself on being a super hard worker. I want to work hard, man. I want to be the hardest worker, right? And it does have some merit to it, but I want to break this down, this example. So let's compare the janitor and the accountant, right? So if you guys can remember when you was in grade school, a janitor at the school, right? And they're not any less, the people are not any less valuable. We're just based off the market's evaluation of people, right? What they're going to pay you. So the janitor is physically, let's say they're cleaning a commercial business, or they're cleaning the school building, or they're cleaning the school. They moving back and forth. The kids might be messing up. They got to clean up the toilets. Like at the end of the day, their back hurting, their feet hurting, they're tired. and they probably don't get paid much over minimum wage. But on the other hand, the accountant has a desk job and they get paid probably 10, 20, 30, 40, well, not that much, at least 10 times more probably than the janitor, right? Why? Because the market, right, is going to decide what your value is going to be. And another thing they look at, if you can be easily replaced, that's going to lower your value. So they looking at the janitor as, hey, we can plug anybody in there, plug somebody in, boom, we can get a new janitor. The school or the commercial business is going building is going to continue to move. The accountant, they went to school for a number of years. They saved people thousands of dollars in taxes. So it's a little bit harder to replace that accountant, okay? So we know, again, we do have outlier jobs, but about 99% of the jobs, they're not going to be able to help you amass generational wealth. Why? Because you're still trading your time for money, right? So the question, which I got down here, becomes, how can we increase our perceived value in the marketplace, right? How can we increase our perceived value in the marketplace? What is it about Jeff Bezos, Oprah, Mark Zuckerberg, right, that makes their perceived value so high? All right, so we're going to get into the solves. The first step of the equation of wealth is to solve problems. Say that again, right? The first step of the equation of wealth is to solve problems. If you want money, solve problems. Just about all money in all cases I can think of, if you guys have any examples, drop them down in the chat. Just about all money runs from the basic premise that if you solve a problem, money will be thrown at it. That's how it works. If you solve a problem, money will be thrown at it, right? So if it's $1 million problem, guess what? Expect to make millions. If it's $1 billion problem you can solve, expect to make billions. So you guys know, I hooked up, and I'll talk a little bit more about this later. Think about all the problems a company like Amazon solves, right? The hassle of going or driving to the store, the hassle of having to wait for weeks for delivery, easy returns, for the most part, low prices. They can do subscriptions. You can do a one-click purchase button. So not to mention, Amazon has other companies like Audible, Whole Foods, Twitch. Jeff Bezos, the difference, right? We're talking about the difference. He helped solve $1 billion problem, and he was rewarded in the marketplace favorably for that, right? So if you've been chasing money, right? Just looking at the X and O's, you've been doing it completely wrong, right? Because we look to find that problem, we chase a problem, you solve a problem, and then you get rewarded by the marketplace. Okay. And I know it sounds crazy that if you want money, you shouldn't be chasing money, right? That's not the play. It's the problems you should be chasing, right? All right. So you're going to look for problems. And then after you look for problems, you're going to look for solutions to those specific problems. All right. Once you get those solutions, then you build a business around it. That's the play. That's the play. Now, I know you may be thinking, man, Jeff Bezos, he's like a unicorn. Do you have to be the next, or do you have to solve a problem to be the next Amazon, Facebook, Tesla? No, right? What did I do? What did I do in my experience? So I looked at this big problem that Jeff Bezos solved, right? I knew he was solving this problem. So I said, man, Amazon right now is a great opportunity. This guy is solving a huge problem. How can I connect with where the money is already is? It's solutions. Watch where I'm going, y'all. Sorry, I got calls coming in. It's solutions all over the place on this platform. How can I plug a business into where the solutions are where the money is? I say, hey, I'm going to help provide products on this platform that people are already buying. That's my simple business model. what I do, how I've made millions of dollars on Amazon, how I have an Amazon store that's worth, if I sold it, probably multiple millions of dollars, is I find undervalued products. Okay, I find undervalued products. I list them on Amazon for convenience, and I get paid the difference. It's that simple. I don't want any hard or complicated business model. I make it simple. The solutions are here on Amazon. The money is already here. I'm going to plug my business into where the money is flowing. I'm going to get me a stream of money out of it. And that's how I've been able to escape my 9 to 5 off of leveraging the solution from somebody else, right? So you don't have to build a whole Amazon. You just have to think to see, hey, how can I be a solution to a problem? All right. So once you find that problem, the next step would be, is it a problem that you can solve? Right. And if you can't solve it, do you know somebody who can solve the problem? Right. Can you connect with somebody? Can you network? And then from there, once you decide that you can solve the problem, you need to ask yourself, is it worth solving? Is this problem worth solving? Right. Then from there, the next step I have down here is finding a scalable solution. So once you deem the first 2 questions is, I can solve it and it's worth solving, is it scalable? Because to amass the wealth, it has to be scalable. And I'm gonna give you some examples. So can it reach a magnitude of people? So let's take, for example, opening a restaurant, right? So opening a restaurant, you open a restaurant, it can cash flow, you can do extremely well, but you can only help your local market. You can only serve your local market if you have a restaurant. But bigger thinking to reach a magnitude of people with this solution would be to start a franchise, right? So it's not just a restaurant. You're going to brand it. You're going to start a franchise that can be ran anywhere in the world, right? That's that scalability. Being that one restaurant, excuse me. Let me get a sip of water, y'all. Being that one restaurant, you cannot scale across the world, okay? So it must be scalable. The next thing is, and this is what I fell into the trap of back in 2010, be careful. Does your solution require your time to make money? I'm going to say that again. So once you find that solution, does it require your time? So a lot of people get caught up with different side hustles, business opportunities, but it requires their time to make money. Because we don't want a job disguised as a business. I'm gonna say that again. Somebody gonna miss that. We don't want a job disguised as a business because again, like I was saying before, I took pride in being a solopreneur. Like I wanted to show up every day. I wanted to do everything myself. But I realized over time, the only thing that's going to happen, you're going to get extremely burnt out. Somebody said they did too. Don't worry, you're not the only one. You're going to get extremely burnt out. You could get sick. Your health's going to go down. Whenever you don't feel like working, guess what? You can't take a day off, right? You are the business. You cannot take a day off. That is not the right way to do it. So an example of a solopreneur, right? Let's just say you were a dance teacher, right? You were a dance teacher. You were making $100 an hour, right? $100 an hour, but that business ain't scalable. I don't care if you make $800, $1,000 a day. It is not scalable. And I know sometimes we jump into business, we start making good money, and we like, man, I don't care. I'm willing to work and do what it takes. But I'm telling you, to scale to get where you need to go, you need to develop that system. So being in that situation with that man or that woman being a dance teacher, making $100 an hour, what would you do to change that to a scalable business? Easy. What you can do is create an online class. You record yourself doing the dance routine or the dance workout or whatever you do. You record it one time. you upload it to a platform like Kajabi, Teachable, I think it's Thinkific, whatever platform. You can do Gumroad. You put that video of all your workouts and you run it on that website or on that platform 24/7. Now you have increased your scalability to infinite, to unlimited, right? Because just think, if you were just that one teacher teaching in your region, in your neighborhood, let's just say even in your state, you could only do so many sessions per day, right? How many sessions could you do? 12 sessions a day? I don't know. $1,200 at an hour a piece. After that, you're done. But by putting it online, you may charge a little bit less. Let's just say you only charge $25 a class online. You can reach so many more people by doing it one time, and it runs forever. So if you ever get sick, you out of town, you on vacation, you're going to continue to make money off of an asset you only created or only put together one time. Okay. Automation. So my last point goes to automations and systems are key, right? Outsource everything in the beginning that makes financial sense. So a lot of people ask me in business, when is the right time to hire? The right time to hire is when your business can afford it, right? So until your business can afford a software, a virtual assistant, or a physical employee, like you can't have one. You got to get it going yourself. But when it gets to that point and you create that opportunity, that value in the marketplace where they're paying you favorably, and you can plug somebody in to buy back more of your time or your greatest resource, greatest asset, definitely do that. That's when the time I advise that you start hiring. Is when you start, your business can pay for it. You never want to pay for any software or any employees out of your own pocket. Make sure the business is cash flowing enough to cover those expenses before you go out and start to outsource some of your processes, right? All right. So once you got your processes up in place, this is the last step. And I got to get back with my family. We got some stuff we got to do. So this is the last piece here. So once you have everything set up and in place, right? Congratulations, you did it, right? You found that problem. You made sure it's a big enough problem, right? And you got the solution for it. Now you got two options from there. You can continue to run this business, right? You can continue to run it. If it's not taking up much of your time, if you're running it passively, if it's automated, you can continue to increase the evaluation of that business over the years, or you can sell it for a multiple, right? This is the acquisition stage, right? This is the acquisition stage. So, for example, my people on Instagram here, we know Facebook or Meta bought Instagram. What was that? A couple years back, they acquired Instagram. So the person built up Instagram, Meta paid all this money for it. Boom, they got acquired. This person could either invest their money and live off their passive income of their assets or do whatever. Also, eBay bought PayPal. We know Elon Musk owned PayPal, if I'm not mistaken. So when eBay bought PayPal for 1.5 billion, Elon Musk got 165 million to his side pocket national bank, as I call it, right? So when he solved the big problem, he got rewarded favorably for it, right? So that's the goal. Again, for the people that got in late, the 3 steps, I'm going to reiterate these bad boys. Stop chasing money. Chase a problem. Make sure the problem is big enough. Make sure enough of the people have the problem. Find a solution and get it out to as many people as possible, right? And let me add this too, because if your solution has a price tag too high, the market may not know you have the solution. So at the beginning, you got to give it away for free. A lot of entrepreneurs don't understand that. They understand their value. But if the marketplace doesn't know your value, you can have it priced for $1 million. Nobody is ever going to purchase it because you never demonstrated your value in the marketplace. So you have to show the marketplace that you're valuable first, right? You have to show them. So you may have to give it away. Yeah, you know it may be worth $1 million. It could be worth 100 million, but you got to give it away. You got to add value. They have to see that value. Once they see that value, they say, hey, well, this guy, he has value, right? Then they will exchange money from you. But if you're just saying, hey, you know, if I got on here, and I say, hey, I know how to build a successful Amazon business. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. I know how to build a successful Amazon business. But look, guys, you guys got to pay. Oh, my, hold on, y'all. My setup got messed up. I was getting too excited here. Let me slide back. I would say, hey, guys, I know how to build a successful Amazon business. Let's just say this is a successful Amazon business. And I went to the marketplace and I said, hey, this successful business, I got a successful business, but I'm going to hide it over here, right? I'm going to hide it. And I need you to pay me $1,000 for me to show you, right? How many people, somebody that you don't know from a can of paint, that you're going to buy, trust me, a stranger, somebody that you've never seen in your life, that say, hey, I got this $1,000 Amazon business. I can show you how to make $500,000 a year, but you give me your $1,000 first. Mr. Kevin said, nope, I'm not going to give you anything. Right. It doesn't make sense for anybody to give me any money. Who would give me any money, right? So what do I have to do, right? If I want to collect that money, I need to say, hey, I have a successful Amazon business. Okay, we still don't believe you. Then I slowly, through my YouTube channel, through my Instagram, through connecting with other marketers like my brother JT Hustles, get in front of their platform and say, hey, let's add value to your audience. Let's show them. Let's help them out. The only way to show you have value, you have to actually help people, right? You can't play like you have value and charge these big numbers and play this hide and seek game. You have to actually help people. That's the thing. So again, this goes back to the beginning part of this conversation. Solving problems. I have people, my mentorship is full. Why? Because I actually help people. I show people that I can actually help them. And then once they see, well, okay, Travis seems like a pretty genuine guy. He probably can help me. Then you do everything you can to help them get the solution or the results that they're looking for. So, okay, guys, if you guys enjoy this extremely long live stream that I did on YouTube, y'all leave me a comment. Y'all let me know what's up. Instagram, I appreciate y'all being here. I know it wasn't the funnest talk about making money, but this is really the format. This is the formula of finding that problem, finding the solution, and providing it to the marketplace. So until next time, I hope y'all enjoy. We're going to come back and do more of these. Love y'all. Be blessed. See y'all on the next one. I'm gone. All right, YouTube. I see y'all there. Appreciate you. See y'all on the next one.